Hey guys, it's Spiffy, and I am finally done with summer classes. Took my final last week, and I am ready to get planning, or finish planning, for ConnectiCon. Today's video is about convention tips, not just tips for conventions, but for hotels, for those of you who travel to your conventions, and have a whole new element of things to worry about as far as hotels and etiquette go. So without further ado, let's get started. Please shower. Please shower and wash yourself before you go to that convention. Please take a shower in the morning before you take your body into that convention hall. Get into the water, get some soap, rub your underarms, rub your arms, rub behind your ears. Give yourself a cleaning. Please do not show up at the convention with no shower and no deodorant. You're not gonna like how it is. No one else is gonna like how it is. And chances are someone else decided to forego a shower too. So don't be a part of that anti-shower crew. Please be clean when you go to the convention. And wear deodorant. Perfume does not count as deodorant. My mom used to tell me perfume on dirty skin is still dirty skin. Please wash yourself and put on deodorant before you go to that convention floor. Next tip, stay hydrated. Drink water. Drink something that isn't soda, preferably water, or I guess like a Gatorade or a Powerade, but stay hydrated. This goes along with the last note. It is so easy to lose track of eating and drinking and sleep in a convention weekend. It is crazy. You'll swear you know what's going on. It's like, how am I gonna forget to sleep? How am I gonna forget to eat? Nah, dude. It's so overwhelming, especially if you've never been to a convention before. You can be so thrown by all the things you can do, all the games, all the panels, all the guests, all the things to look at, all the bright lights and pretty colors, and suddenly you're fainting because you ate nothing and drank nothing. Stay hydrated. Do eat lunch, do eat breakfast. Do not start the convention off hungry. Eat breakfast, eat lunch, eat dinner. If you're working with a budget, a lot of hotel rooms come with a tiny mini fridge and you can keep things in there. If not, there are non-perishable foods. You can make ramen with the coffee maker in your hotel room. There are tons of food cheats. You could YouTube them or Google search them. There are tons of people who come up with awesome ways to save money that even I didn't think about when I was going through all my years of convention and traveling and stuff like that. But please stay hydrated. Hydration before food, and then food before sleep, but they're all really important. I'm not even trying to prioritize one over the other, but obviously we all know staying hydrated is important, so stay hydrated. Carry a bottle of water, I would say. Put a bottle of water in your purse, or bag, or pocket, or whatever it is you travel with. Carry some water, or have access to water. The next one's really important for people who have never been to a con before, and that is budgeting your money. Do not, and I will say this twice, do not go into the dealer's room or the artist alley or whatever the shopping areas are called at your respective con on the first day with all your money ready and just and letting loose. Don't do that. Go through the first time. I say always make at least 2 rounds, unless you're going to somewhere, a place like NY Comic Con. NY Comic Con is huge, and I'm sure San Diego Comic Con is even bigger. Those show floors you can't always go through twice without spending like 3-4 hours doing so. So void for huge conventions, but for most, like ConnectiCon, Anime Boston, even places like Otakon, if you've been to Otakon, go through the dealer's room and artist alley at least one full time before actually buying something. I like to not buy things until Saturday, unless it's something I'm totally sure is going to be sold out and I really want it. I try not to buy things until the Saturday, and if I can help it, the Sunday of the convention. 1, because that gives me time to decide if I really want it, and 2, it gives me time to decide if I really want it, because sometimes I'm pretty sure I want something and then I double back and it's like, I could get this online, and then I triple back and it's like, I don't really need this because I'm not going to do anything with it. I have a lot of convention things. I might make a video called things I bought at conventions, and someone's texting me, sorry. But yeah, I might make a video about things that I bought at conventions because I have so many things. I think I only have 1 regret purchase from a convention, everything else is awesome, but still. Those are things I didn't need, and that I probably, well, some of them I wouldn't have bought if I had budgeted properly. This one is for cosplayers, and that is to test drive your cosplay completely before the weekend of the con. And I know for some things you can't test drive it all the way. Sometimes it's just not practical, and I get that. But do at least 90% of it, 80% minimum, or do it in portions. So like if you can't fully paint yourself or get all your prosthetics or whatever on and get the outfit on without it taking the whole day, then do the prosthetics one day, move around, and get your outfit on completely one day and move around. The reason being, you don't want the convention to be the time you figure out that something's not working. That has happened to me. If you watched horror stories, you heard about the awful Hunter story. I had worn sweatpants previously and I had worn hoodies previously, but I had never worn them together with duct tape in the hot sun. I had no idea what was gonna happen. So I should have practiced a little bit walking around and standing outside to make sure that I was cool with it. Don't hesitate to contact con staff if something is wrong. And I think that one is very, very, very important, if not the most important thing I'm gonna say as far as convention rules go, or tips go. Don't be afraid to find someone wearing that convention staff or volunteer shirt and let them know something is wrong. Something is wrong being you're not okay, something has happened to you, someone else is not okay, or someone else is not doing something that's okay. Do not be afraid. I know there are some stories circulating, unfortunately, about con staff that's apathetic or doesn't care, isn't helpful, but by and large, convention staff is there to help you. That is the purpose. Convention security, convention staff, convention, even the volunteers. They're there to help you. They put a lot of time and effort into these events and they want you to enjoy it. Especially if you're a paying customer who's gonna be carrying out the name of their convention after the weekend is over. Your well-being matters. All of us matter as people. It doesn't matter if we're all dressing up as cartoon characters and going to look at each other and look at other people in cartoon character costumes and read manga and do other nerdy geeky things. It doesn't matter. You're important. Your well-being is important. Everyone deserves to feel safe and respected at conventions, and no one for any reason should be feeling like they're not safe and worse off that they can't tell someone that they're not feeling safe at their event. So familiarize yourself with what that shirt looks like, ask questions, ask for help, and if anything is going on that should not be going on, don't hesitate to talk to convention staff. Alright, now for the hotel tips. Now again, I don't know if I ever mentioned it in other videos, but I have been leading convention trips since I was 16 years old. I am now 23, so I have been doing this for a while. And there are some things that people don't know that they really should know. And I'm not just talking about my friends in my group. There's a lot of convention drama that'll happen. Like a lot of con drama. I was gonna try and give a percent, but there's no calculations on this. A lot of con drama comes from hotel drama. Because someone didn't do something, because someone did something, because someone was this, because someone was that. There are so many things that happen con drama wise because of hotels. So here are some hotel tips. First and foremost, ain't nobody going in that room till they hand over their share of the hotel fee. If you are in charge of the hotel room, do not, and I know it's hard when you're friends with everyone, but do not let everyone come into the room and be like, oh, I'll get you back later. We'll do it at the end of the, no. Do not let that be you. Do not organize a room, organize who's gonna be in the room, use your credit card, be on top of the reservation, be the one the hotel calls when something's going on, be the one who has to go to the hotel staff to talk about things, be in that level of responsibility and then have someone not pay. No, don't do that. Don't do that. They're paying before, if it's even like as they walk into the hotel room, the second their bag hits the floor, they're giving you their money. Because there's no good in tempting fate like that. Like, you know, we're all friends and we don't really think anyone's gonna do anything shiesty, but things happen, and it's not even making them a shiesty person or shady or anything. Things happen, and it's just better to get that out of the way so that no one has to worry about it, that the hotel fee is already in, comes out of your card, you guys check out, that's it. There's no muss, no fuss, no one else is talking about it. So get that money up front. Respect sleeping times. Respect sleeping times. Respect sleeping times. Don't invite random people into the hotel room to come hang out. Random meaning anyone who's not a part of that hotel room and who is not familiar to everyone or the majority of people in your hotel room. Don't do that. Don't bring strangers into the hotel room. That's not cool. Yes, you pay to share, but so did everyone else. Don't do that. Don't bring non-pre-approved strangers into your hotel room. That's really uncomfortable. Don't do that. Don't be that kid. Going further on the list of things to not do as far as con drama and not being that kid goes. And I know this one is one that people are very touchy-feely about, no pun intended, and I'll try to explain and be neutral as best I can, but I will say be considerate about what activities you choose to take part in when you're sharing a hotel room with other people. And I'll say it like that. I'll say be considerate, because I see the valid arguments on both sides. I know my personal opinion, but I do see valid arguments on both sides. If you don't know what I mean by activities, I mean sex. It's a semi-common practice to go to cons and get contail. Meet a boy, meet a girl, meet a whomever, bring them back to the hotel room, and enjoy each other's company to the fullest extent that you possibly can. Some people like to do that. I don't. That's not me. That's not what Jeanette is about. I don't do that. But some people do that. But here's the thing. If it's your hotel room, or like your room and one other person's, and you're both on that level and you know what's going on, all right then, you're good. However, and this is where con drama erupts and is like Vesuvius levels of crazy. If you're sharing a room with like the typical convention amount of 5 to 8 and maybe more if you're crazy people, your behind better not bring nobody back to that room to smash. That's all I'm saying. That's me. That it's if you somehow manage to get the express permission and okay from everyone that they will not come back to the room, all 5 to 8 of them won't come back to the room, they're cool with you doing that, because if there's 5 to 8 of you, that means someone's doubling up on bed somewhere and someone has to be okay with you doing that in the bed they're about to sleep in. Or the bathroom. And, you know, they're okay with this and they're okay with that. And, I mean, I guess the bathroom's different because it's the bathroom. I don't know. Be considerate. It's not fair for you to go back to the hotel room with your convention boo and, you know, tell other roommates that they can't come in because you're having convention boo time. Again, friends are friends, friends do solids. I can't honestly say that if it was just like 3 of us in a hotel room or something and one friend was like, yo, I met this dude, that I'd be like, ew, no, I'd be like, as long as it's not my bed, dude in the other bed, the other person's cool with it, then I'd be like, yeah, I mean, don't do it on there. Don't do that. Definitely don't do that. If you're one of those people who will be like, oh, we'll be quiet, don't do that. You know better. Do not do that. Do not bring somebody home to the hotel, to home base after the rave and be like, we'll be quiet. No, you'll be quiet, not in the room. Don't do that when everyone else is in there. So that's definitely all about communication. Talk to your friends on that one. Talk to your hotel roommates on that one. As far as just spur of the moment ideas, I would say no. If you just had the idea and it's like, I want to do this. If everyone in the room didn't say it's cool, no. I'm trying so hard to keep this PG. If you like this video, don't forget to like and subscribe. Totally leave a comment below. Now I'm curious. I want to know what you guys think are good convention tips, hotel tips, do's and don'ts. Totally share below, and I might share some to my Facebook page and Twitter. Thanks for watching again. I'll see you guys at ConnectiCon. I'm so excited.